Okay, hello everyone and welcome to another randomised gaming stream. My name is Random Gamer Ribbon and I welcome you to the start of another stream. You'll notice I put up a placeholder banner there now, so if ever I'm not ready when we start the stream, you'll know it, but as soon as I put up that one, we're good to go. So, at least on the non-widescreen games, I'll need to slightly adjust the widescreen one slightly so we get a bit more of the widescreen bit. So welcome you one and all to Shadow Man on the Sega Dreamcast. Actually, not some bad music there for that slight introduction section. And hello to everyone. Appreciate all of you guys already hitting the likes. It seems we have quite a few viewers already here tonight. Hopefully you can all hear me, everything. I'll just adjust the volume as it goes slightly, see how the game does. So this is Shadow Man, which is an interesting game. So it's an interesting one. It's one we never actually originally got. We only picked this up fairly recently. It was one of those ones we thought, oh, we don't have it on the Dreamcast, and people say about it, and there's been the recent remaster, so we thought, why not? And it's basically a sort of action-adventure style game. So you've got a few, as you see there, new adventure, restore adventure, options, review movie. So sound effects volume, music volume, shadow meter, auto hide, config control. So strafe, crouch, jump, action, right hand, left hand, up is snipe, down is inventory. Hello 8-bit SNK boy, thanks for joining the stream. Got a few people on stream today already, and a bit earlier. Yeah, I noticed we're on time as well. So this is an interesting one. It was originally released on sort of PS1 and N64 and PC. This, I think, is based on the PC version. It was done around the same time as the PC version. This is definitely the best version of the game to get. I know the remaster, interestingly, a lot of people say it's got some nice ideas, but in the end, Shadow Man falls a bit flat. So we'll give it a whirl. I know they did employ a bit of sort of ancient history and sort of UK history in this one. I think it's a game that I think largely the concept's really good, but the execution perhaps wasn't quite as good as it should have been. But it's an interesting game. It is very dark as well, both in terms of story and because the game is incredibly darkly lit. I spent about 5 minutes prior to starting this stream earlier getting the lighting so you guys could see it and I could actually see it when I'm playing. So without further ado, I'll actually begin the opening cutscene. And I should actually get round to doing it. If I like it, I might actually do a standard gameplay video. But I've not really played this that much other than just literally... This is literally the first time I'm going to sit down and properly play it. I've only played it briefly before. So, well, without further ado, let's start. And straight away, we're going to get introduced to the villain. So I'll just let the story unfold.
The 9th of November, 1888. By my deeds am I known, and I am known as Jack. Spring-heeled Jack. Jack the Ripper. By my deeds am I known, and they are truly bloody. I took them all to my heart. Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes.
I just actually skipped that intro because I just realised that's the music is a classical piece, and I'm knowing sometimes on streams classical pieces can get flared by the wrong people. I think it's Moonlight Sinatra. But yes, one of the villains is based on the notorious old English serial killer.
Nettie's master plan. She moves me in mysterious ways. And brother, sometimes she really does move me.
I'm not sure. I think part of it's set in New Orleans. Part of it you've got links to London in the UK, and then you have the Deadlands as well.
Anyways, it's my fault Luke's dead, and Mom and Pop too. I deserve everything I get. Every bad thing that comes my way. Can't live, can't die. Deadside's the perfect good for me. A nowhere place.
But yeah, I just want to be a bit careful with the classical music there. But yeah, basically you get Legion at the start. So hello to everyone. Hello to Terry on stream. Hello to Brickboy. And I'll just say again hello to Nico and hello to 8-Bit SNK. But okay, so I know there are various versions of this. Overall, this is a sort of... I think it's an early... Now, the PS1 version... Does there some sound? Yeah, I know there are a few bugs. I also know, yeah, I was just a bit concerned over the... I think it was Moonlight Sinatra was suddenly playing, and I thought, just to be a bit on the careful side. I should probably just double check some of the other videos, just in case... But I'll just skip it. Basically, you have the historical English villain meet a character called Legion, and Legion says, help me and I'll basically make you one of my subordinates. Legion is the main villain. There are a few frame rate jumps, but this is vastly smoother than the PS1 version. And trust me when I say I had to do some very messing around with the lighting, changing the settings so you guys could actually see this, because initially this game is very, very dark. The Acclaim comic book was a reboot written by Gary Ellis, by the way. Ah, is this character originally... So I don't really know that much history on the Shadow Man. Is he originally a comic book character? Because I saw some stuff that looked like he was a comic book character, so I wondered if he was originally. You press it up, yeah, you get a look as well. Yeah, the PS1, and I saw the PS1, the N64 versions prior to this, and they did look very janky. I know there's a new remaster as well, so you can roll.
Huh?
It's one of those games that I think got mentioned a lot of the time, but I never knew anyone that actually played it. It's one of those games I always skipped over, so I'd never really played. This is the first copy we've actually owned, and we only got it a little while back, so this is actually the first time I'm really sitting down to play it. I played it briefly a few weeks ago, but that's about that, just to make sure it was all running. And by the way, if you are planning to buy a copy on Dreamcast, and I think PS1 and maybe N64, the game comes with a map. So just as a warning, if you're buying the game, make sure it comes with a manual and like a purple rough guide map that gives you a rough guide to some of the locations. It's basically a Metroidvania. It's one of the few Metroid-style games on the Dreamcast. That's one of the reasons I got this after playing... Intrepid Izzy. This was sort of mentioned as about the only other Metroidvania. I know Legacy of Kain has a bit of Metroidvania, but Legacy of Kain largely doesn't have you backtracking, so... Yeah, I did see a video on the PS1 version earlier. And literally the guy had like the mouth animation for the voices were all really messy. This is the PAL version. This actually came out quite a bit later than the PS1 version.
Made it.
You've got all 3 versions. Do you have the PC version and the remaster, the 8-bit SNK boy? It is very creepy, that I will say. It does do quite a good thing bringing the atmosphere.
Nettie?
Hey there, Mike. Glad you could make it.
How could I refuse your offer? How could I ever refuse you, Agneta?
You can't. I'm simply irresistible. I hope you read the file I gave you, and read it real well. Between the lines, you'll find the signs.
You got my stuff?
Come on in, honey.
You know, on the way over here, I got to thinking about these dark souls. If they're so damn dangerous, why didn't the ancients just destroy them?
Because that's impossible. Their power is their immortality. If evil ever manages to implant these immortal souls into its monstrous slaves, can you imagine the carnage an immortal, unbeatable army will bring to the earth? That's apocalypse, Shadow Man. That's the end.
Okay, so I really gotta get to the Dark Souls before the bad guy. I understand that, but where do I find them?
In Govi. Each Govi has been sealed by the most powerful voodoo. Not even the greatest Bokor or Mambo can open them to release the dark soul within. Believe me, I've tried. But a Shadow Man, or something even more powerful, just might be able to do it. Release the dark soul and take it into yourself. But be warned, the dark souls are a pure and ancient evil and possess a power that should not be abused.
Okay. Let's just get this thing over with. You got my stuff?
Right here.
Jesus, Luke! He's alive! Alive and in pain. I gotta help him.
He's dead, Mike. You know that.
I know, but I saw.
It's understandable that you still have strong feelings for your brother. That's why the bear works for you, connecting you to Deadside. Use it now, Mike. Go Deadside and find Jaunty. He's waiting for you at the Marrow Gates. He's got something to show you.
Okay.
And Mike?
Yeah?
If you need me, I'll be here. Now, go see Jaunty and get them dark souls. Mike, use the bear. Go Deadside.
I'm wasting my time here. I should just use Luke's bear and go Deadside. I'm wasting my time here. I should just use Ruth's bear and go Deadside.
Oh, thanks, Nico. Yeah, I switched it off with the cutscene, so I was just going to say... I suddenly thought... yeah, I was just having a quick look around at that area before I ran off, seeing what was around there before I went to Deadside, so... And yeah, we'll be playing for fun, 8-bit, so I was just taking a look around, so I won't be... I'll just play for fun, so this is the first time I played this, so I'm not going to be rapidly... Oh, well, I've just realised that's... I've got one of the things wrong in the... Oh yeah, got to go down, and here we go to Deadside. Because I switched off that layer. Now
I am the Lord of Deadside, Shadowborn at the confluence of worlds to walk between. Lifeside is without the meaning that my partly living possesses here in Deadside, where the darkness is manifest at the edges of reason. As a god, I step forth upon the writhing, suppurating surface of the Deadside serpent. What sleep is here? What dreams there are in the unctuous coilings of the snake's mortal shuffling. Weapon in my hand, the arcing death blow at the end of all things. The horror, I embrace it.
So yeah, I was just saying, they actually got a quite a well-known actor to do the voice of Shadow Man, Colin McFarlane, who's done lots and lots of films. He's actually in The Dark Knight Returns as well as the police commissioner. I think it was in Dark Knight as well, or the first Batman Begins. Yeah, I'm not sure which globe you mean there, 8best NK boy, so I'm not gonna, as I said, I'm just gonna play for fun, so I'm not gonna follow any direct sort of thing. This is my first time doing it, so with the sort of mode. So this is Deadside, and it's a really strange location, so... Now, admittedly, I do know a lot of people say this game does get a bit too long in the tooth from what I've seen of it, so... and there were quite a few people complaining that the game does get quite long and boring. I haven't played that far in towards the end. A lot of people complained the enemies took a lot of damage towards the end. I do like that light effect, though, when you shoot. Can roll. Here we go, Jaunty.
Michael, over here with you. Hello there, Michael. How's that treating you?
Jaunty, kindly refer to me as Shadow Man. Michael Leroy has no place here in Deadside.
Whatever, Mick, it's good to see you again. Seems like simply ages since I last set me eyes on your happy, smiling mug.
The feeling's mutual.
I suppose you've been away dallying with the old battle axe, giving her one with some of that righteous voodoo so she can stay forever young?
Something like that.
She's been filling your head with her fated pillow talk again, I'll bet. Doomsday in an army giddy until you're drunk with the stuff.
She did happen to mention a certain prophetic dream she's been having.
Did she now? Well, for once I think the owl witch might be right. See that bloody big black tower yonder?
How could I miss it?
Well, old Bruegel, the medieval painter blokey, was just telling me the other day that he thought it looked remarkably like a picture he once did.
Is that Peter Bruegel?
No, Seamus, his distant Irish cousin. Anyways, he was quite shocked, so he was, at the terrible mess that bloody thing's making. Appearing out of nowhere and tearing its way through the place like there's no tomorrow. Which, given what Nettie's saying, might not be too far from the truth.
Any idea what's going on in there?
Nope, and I shan't be knocking on the front door to find out neither. All I'd say is, if there's something wicked heading this way, it'll be coming from in there.
Nettie mentioned the Dark Souls. Can you tell me any more about them?
I'm afraid I'll have to reply in the negative again, Michael. Suffice it to say, Nettie's told me that they're bloody powerful, well nigh indestructible, and shouldn't fall into the wrong hands.
Any idea where they might be?
What am I, a Dark Soul travel guide now? I suppose you could try all of the ancient sacred places down amongst the whalers and shiverers. I just hope that none of them souls have ended up in that filthy big black tower.
From what Nettie was saying, some of them already have, which is all the more reason for me to be pushing on. Open the gates, Jaunty.
Places to go, people to see, eh, Michael?
Just open the gates, Jaunty.
Did I ever tell you about the time me and Attila the Hun were playing skittles with the guillotine heads of the French aristocracy?
Jaunty.
All right, keep your bloody hair on. Which, looking at your shining bonds, may prove to be rather difficult. Open sesame! And if you be wanting to pop by and chat a while, I'll still be here. It's just a shame we can't share a drop of the hard stuff together by a roaring peat fire.
I don't drink with snakes.
Yeah, that entrance bit and that sequence with Jaunty is really well written. It is quite funny and amusing, and at the same time you have a sense of liking despite the fact Jaunty is a very strange character. So yeah, these guys do sort of suck your soul essence. Yeah, you oh, be careful there. Don't want to get. They sort of suck your health in these things from a distance. So, ooh, that's not good. I'm going to get killed otherwise. Ah, curses. Yeah, I've noticed that. On the plus side, when you defeat the enemies, they don't come back, and you always seem to respawn, I noticed, in that Well of Soul areas. Now, this is definitely a game where you need to memorise all the routes. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people complain a lot of the enemies later on literally take way too many bullets, so we'll have to see. Run with you. Yeah, that's another thing I would expect, that you don't have many power-ups, so... Now I have to come back around and raise those pillars. Hopefully it's not too dark for you. Hopefully you can see it okay, because I know when I did the played it initially, it was too dark. You can blow those crates, but they obviously don't do anything, or vases. Right, so definitely you have to remember, you really do need a good memory for this, because you have to visually map out the game in your head. So we need to remember this area here. Okay, that's good to know. I was a bit concerned because it was quite dark when I did it originally. But I tweaked it. Yeah, when I played it the first time, it was so dark I could barely see. So I had to heavily adjust the Dreamcast settings and the capture settings. Now, I assume at some point we'll be able to transport warp, or maybe this is a platform or something, but can't access it yet. You played it a lot then, ABS and Cable. Yeah, I've never played this before, so I don't know which way I'm going or anything. As I said, I only briefly played the start. I did this. I'm just going to clear this area out here. I know the original Tomb Raider like my back of the hand, because I spent so much time doing the original. That's cleaned out this area of enemies, I think. Yeah. Don't think there's anything here. You don't have... Is it just the one jump you have? I assume so. You don't have like a higher jump. If I'm being honest, I feel that shot should have been R trigger and A should have been roll. There is a new remaster of this as well, but I don't know what the new remaster's like, but I assume it's... Something's draining me from... I don't remember coming down here before. There was a cave that I went into, so... Yeah, Tomb Raider I can remember off... I beat Tomb Raider so many times I can remember most of it off the top of my heart. Secret of Mana I can remember, Legend of Zelda... Link's Awakening and Slightly annoying with the fact that enemies can hit you even when you can't shoot them with the angles. This was actually done by Acclaim Teesside, so it's interesting that they... Okay. I have to put the gun away, don't I? That's interesting, you have to put your weapons away, like Lara did in the original Tomb Raider. Ah. It does bring quite a good atmosphere of being in a strange world, that I will say. Everything feels alien, but not so alien that it feels like you're not on something related to humanity. Okay, no, drop down. Need a music, just the music dying just there. What do those red things do out of interest, seeing as I've not got the manual on me? Okay, I can jump down. You have to make good use of the side step as well. And the roll. Actually, do get health from them. I think this just takes me back on myself, doesn't it? Yeah. Climb up here as well. So that's the way across. Yeah, I did play a bit up to about this point before, and I remember getting killed by those things pretty rapidly. Got a bit down. Oh, I didn't mean to go down there. Ah! Back at the start again. There's definitely a slight judder from a load, I noticed, so... Oh yeah, I forget you can talk to Jaunty a second time as well the first time you come in. I'll do that this time.
Michael, over. Michael, back so soon. Getting a bit too spooky for you, huh? Scaring the bejesus out of you, huh?
Jaunty, much as it pains me to admit it, I need your advice.
Is that right? Well, fire away. Not literally, mind you.
Nettie sent me to look for these Govi that supposedly contain the Dark Souls. Well, I've not even come close to one.
Ah, poor you. Let me put it this way. If you were trying to keep a source of immortal cosmic power from falling into the hands of the ultimate in evil, would you leave that source of immortal cosmic power just lying around the place for the world and his wife to stumble across?
I guess not.
Well then, you're going to have to look a little harder, aren't you?
I guess so.
And Michael?
Yes.
I wouldn't worry your pretty little bald head about it too much. I mean, it's only the end of the world.
I'm not sure if those cutscenes are running a touch too fast, as they seem to fade out very quickly, but that might be the game itself. I assume the enemies respawn when you revisit a location, but yeah, for now these things that I've been the ones I've taken out will all be goners. Oh yes, I could go there. I took the long way round, didn't I? Got some sort of cave with door. I assume those doors might be openable later on. I definitely feel those opening enemies take a little bit too much damage. Oh. Shoot those vases. You finished Record of Lodoss War, have you, Nico? That's nice. There's quite a lot of hidden stuff I know in that as well, so... And a lot of things you can do while just running through it as well. I do need to finish that myself at some point. Right, here we go back in the other section. So what I don't want to do is fluff this jump. There's the action button. Okay, so we can now skip if we come back here. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to go with it. When I sit through and do Record of Lodoss War, I'll have to actually look at some of the Japanese cheat sites because they normally list quite a lot of hidden things. Yeah, it's not well documented at all, Record of Lodoss War. So, how do I use this? The Shadow Man.
I am the Lord of Deadside.
Oh, is this our first upgrade?
Looks like someone left me a note.
That's interesting. So you get a harder version. I know there are the thing with Record of Lodoss War, Nico, is you can't do it all in one playthrough, is there's multiple routes through the story. I know certain routes can do impact different things in the story as well, so... So, dear friend, will I send me a pass by the time that you read this note? I've also borne that as the Mask of Shadows. Won't necessarily just seal the evil, yada yada yada. Okay, so we have a story telling us about what's going to happen. Did he... It's actually part of this... Characters... The power of the Dark Souls unto him. So yeah, they're telling to the left. That carries the spirit through it. Bearer of the voodoo flame. Martin. Kabash. Okay, so these are obviously the items we need. text. I think we're going to need a lot of these. This book of secrets. So upgrades. More upgrades. A lot of these are items I take it we're going to have to collect and then use. So, okay, so that's basically giving us the whole set. The prophecy now. Yeah, they mention it's. He mentions it that Nettie was the one that knitted his ribs together. So. I'm guessing this is another door we can use. So I'm guessing this is the next. Okay. Oh, I see. We need some sort of ruin to progress. $100. Is that the red things? Do they upgrade the Dark Souls? Yeah, no. Assume we can't touch that yet. Yeah, I'm not going to rush this. I've got to explore it all. So is that the red things that give you 100? So those red canister things give you the extra health when you get 100 of them. Is that what you're saying? Those reds. This is the first soul. Yeah, the red things are the lower. Okay, thanks for confirming that. Okay, we've got another one down there. I'm guessing we won't be able to open this door though. Oh. I see we respawn here for now. Okay, that's handy. Yeah, you basically got to lure the enemies out in this one. Oh, there is a charge shot. Okay, thanks for that SNK bit. Boy. That should make things a bit easier. Now I assume this door ain't going to open. No, it's a different symbol. Which we don't have.
unsalvaged souls that drift beyond the narrow gates for an eternity of waiting. This infinite limbo, this wasteland, this untamed, unnatural afterbirth I command with my endless darkness. What ineffable secrets are whispered within the paths of shadow? What red-edge realities rising bleak above the blasted skyline? Deadwing, Duppy, Zombie Mother. This voodoo lord outlasts them all.
I mean, this is probably one of the earliest sort of open world action platform games. Certainly if Metroidvanias go. Definitely very old school, but it's nice to have a game that actually challenges you. I remember this one always having quite lots of guides in magazines, because I always wondered, I assume this must have literally not basically been a lot more. I'm assuming I can't get that, so I will. Yeah, Soul Reaver's around the same time, but Soul Reaver's a lot more linear than this. Although, yeah, it's another one that sort of comes from the similar sort of mould. Okay, what's the swim controls? Lock on to try and get those fish. I'm debating whether I should have gone around that bridge up ahead or whether I can't gone through this cave yet. Okay, cheers for the warning 8-bit. Yeah, we've got multiple of them, so. Yeah, it's been a long time since I played Soul Reaver actually, although I did enjoy it. I can't actually remember Soul Reaver that much. Okay, I'm guessing we can turn this. Ah, that's what we did. Yeah, lots of shadowy voices in the sort of ambience. It's very Not keen on the fact that we've got the routers open. Yeah. Not keen on the fact the swim controls are inverted. Some sort of harpy creature I see. I did see the sequel uses the same voice actors though, and you have a different villain. Put that away. Oh, I see there's a loss on top of that. So basically they're like heart pieces, except you need a lot more of them. Do you need every single loss in the game then? Had the other way at the start of this section as well, so... Oh, we've got another gourd there. Now, the question is, can I get it? The rolling could be a bit better in this. It's not Dark Souls. Come on, roll. No backwards roll as well, which is I'm lucky the collision on this game is perhaps not as good as it could be. You can kind of sort of dodge the enemies. Yeah, I'm opening up lots of shortcuts as well. I see like these switches are triggering I guess there's probably another guy around here, yeah. Yeah, if I had just run in and run around, I'd have triggered all of them, and then I would have been stuck. Definitely a very eerie game. I must admit, visually, so the atmosphere is quite good. The design itself of the stages is sort of very maze-like. The actual sort of concept's quite good. I wouldn't necessarily say the graphics are that good. Arguably, I'd say the original Tomb Raider had slightly more interesting environments than this. But the music and the actual design itself is very interesting, but I think the graphics could be slightly better. It does look a bit like a PS1 game. I think that's the issue. I think probably this is a game where they probably should have just totally ignored doing a PS1 version. Okay, so I've got that way and I've got this way. I'm getting lots of branching paths, which is quite interesting. Definitely very Metroidy in that regard. I've got another route this way, so what if I go the other way then? Put the gun away, climb across. got that other door there. Can I get to that one as well? By the way, I hope you guys like the new randomized gaming icon. I've tweaked it, although I might adjust it slightly further looking at it because I can't see the text that clear. So, oh, first time we've seen one of these things. That's a bit odd. Those things look weaker than the other things we've... I'd have thought you'd have fought these things first over the ones with the sort of running blade hands. Okay, there looks to be some sort of conveyor belt. So I think that should be a ledge. We can... Okay, I know he can shimmy. Why wasn't he shimmying? Oh, you can listen to those things talk. Ah, I didn't realise that. The double-headed ones. Yeah, the trouble is chat is a little way behind. I should be using the charge shot as well, shouldn't I? Annoyingly, I don't actually have the manual with me to check because the manual is currently being aerated as it had rusty staples in it, so it is rather smelly at present. Oh, I see they say Shadow Man. There's another thing up there. I think I have to go the long way around to get... Can I reach that platform from here? I have to go the other... Yeah, I've got a feeling I mustn't fall off that one. Do I have to shimmy across it? was the power-up, so... Yeah, this is definitely old school when it comes to platforming, which is nice because definitely not as hard as definitely not quite as tricky as Super Magnetic Neo's platforming later on. I don't know if you guys saw yesterday's stream, but I don't need that. I need to come this way, do I? That was actually quite a good game, Super Magnetic Neo. That was actually a really good platformer, so... Okay, go this way. Okay, let's stay low. Okay, I've got to jump to there, haven't I? Oh! I assume you have to press back, just press jump to jump back. Let me just practice that on the... Fell asleep for... Well, you can always rewatch the stream. It's actually quite a good platform game. So hold... You have to hold up and jump to jump back, okay? Just get that down again. Thursday stream should be a Japanese import, so okay, so you press up. Yeah, it's a tough platform game, but as a platform vet, I really enjoyed it. But yeah, it's definitely not an easy one. It's quite a short one as well, although you have the story mode, and you also have the excellent challenge mode, which is like 100 puzzles. One hit death. Hello Dubs, thanks for joining the stream. Okay. Okay, here's the part I've got to get across here without being killed. Yeah, you have one hit deaths in the story mode, but the challenge mode doesn't apply to, so it was interesting. Well, I quite enjoyed it. And I'll probably do a gameplay video of it as well. I also should actually sit down and finish Record of Lodoss War on Dreamcast, but I think I should do Evolution first, seeing as I nearly got... So you can put them in the offhand. We have a second weapon. Hello to Akuras, thanks for joining the stream. I think this is the first time I've seen you on the Randomised Gaming stream. I should say my name is Random Gamer Ribbon, editor of Randomised Gaming, so I welcome everyone who's watching. Appreciate everyone who's on. As always, enjoyed this stream. Please consider hitting that like button. I do like YouTube's concurrent viewers. It's telling me I have 3 viewers and 4 viewers. I'm aware of at least 4 people in chat at the minute. Yeah, we have quite a nice peaceful streams at the minute. We're definitely increased. From when I first started streaming, we had next to no one on chat, but steadily we can gain people. Okay, so I now have another attack. That's quite cool. This uses the gold skull thing, doesn't it? So when I came here... Now, is this going to activate? Or is... No, this is a much later door. And hello, we're from Randomised Gaming's UK base, so hello from the United Kingdom. Apologies to Colossus. I'm probably not going to be able to pronounce that correctly, that's for sure. Thank you for joining Randomised Gaming. Yeah, apologies to anyone watching who we do have a I've basically set streaming so you have to be a subscriber for at least a minute in order to chat in streams. That's purely to stop some of the spam posts we were getting. You only have to be subscribed for a minute, and you can always unsubscribe at the end of the stream if you don't remain a subscriber, but it keeps it active. Yeah, I don't need to finish Record of Lodoss War. Interesting that there's an additional final boss. That's quite interesting. Oh. That was a bit unexpected. Was that the right way to go, 8-bit SNK boy? Seeing as you're a veteran? That looked to me like that's a dead end I can't progress down at the minute. Okay, back at the start here, so... Oh, we were up there as well, weren't we? Ah, we're not going to be able to get back up there. Not about taking the long way around. Alright, so when I did the left door before when I started, so let's do the right one. I think, did I do the right one? No, yeah, I didn't do this one. I'm just going to... Powerful than the first time. That's interesting. The other side of the blood pool. Okay, cheers for that tip, 8-bit. Then the 2 dragon bosses. Okay, yeah, I've not actually got... I can't remember if I fought one of the dragons. I got quite a way into Record of Lodoss a few times and then never actually finished it. It's such a big game. It's a really good Diablo clone that needs a lot more... Basically, it just needs a lot more love, I think, because it's a very, very good Diablo clone. In fact, it's arguably better than Diablo 2, which might be a bit controversial to some. So I'm going to ask, have you enjoyed a Record of Lodoss War then, Naiko? Yeah, it's a really good game. Ooh. So I'm guessing I need to go over here then. No, I think there's a cave up there. Can I get to the cave? Yeah, there's a cave. Yeah, it's an interesting Tomb Raider style Tomb Raider game from this era, so it's really good. Yeah, I know it's very long for the amount of guides I remember seeing for this one. So I've got the... Ooh. I was wondering, do I need to make the jump from across here? Is that what I need to go? Can I get into one of these? There's also... there's an enemy down there. No. Oh, that's where I need to go, isn't it? Yeah, that's where I need to go. Wrong one. For this type of game, 15 hours is pretty long. I mean, Tomb Raider, the original Tomb Raider was like 15, 20 hours, I think. You're saying you could reach the gourd in the lava room, are you saying there, 8-bit? Oh, I thought you said there was additional route in the blood pool way. Yeah, this is the way. Oh, I didn't mean to shoot that. No, let's just give this a. Oh, I see. Yeah, you can cheat. I see what you mean. You can cheat to get it. Yeah, you could probably make that jump. I think I just timed it. I guess, was I just a bit short on the jump? Yeah, that's what you do. You can literally jump off the edge, can't you? I thought you might be able to do something with that platform there, but obviously you can't at present. It looks like there's some sort of switch you can activate later on. Yeah, don't need to go that way because I've already... Oh, could-haves. Don't think, yeah, no, I didn't think you'd be able, you meant to get it earlier. Let's stick following the route. I'll go back where I was. I think that's obviously the way to go. Yeah, I'll try to avoid sequence breaking, so to speak. Let's try a second. See how. I'm guessing you have to jump from this corner. Let's give one last shot.
The power of the Dark Souls. I embrace it.
Okay, so that was definitely a sequence break. Yeah, I mean, some sequence breaks are actually put in intentionally, so... Thank you all for the jump comments, guys. Admittedly, I definitely have sequence break. I'm now probably in an area I shouldn't be as well, but... Let's have a look and see what I can find. Find out where I was supposed... how I was supposed to access this area properly. Oh, so it's just literally... Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a really easy one. Oh, so what of course, yeah, because I didn't... Yeah, I went the other way, didn't I? Oh, yeah, that's a really easy one to get. Yeah, that's not much of a sequence break, actually. I came this way and then didn't do it, didn't I, earlier? Yeah, I could get here regardless. Yeah, I just didn't come this way. I came this way and then thought, oh no, I'll go the other way, and then I forgot to come back. I forgot about this way and didn't come back. So this is leading me towards that house, isn't it? I do think there's perhaps one getting 100 those heart things for an upgrade does seem a little bit steep. I feel like making a joke towards Dark Souls players, seeing what was the original Dark Souls game. It's Shadow Man. Yeah, it's quite funny. This has got Dark Souls in it. I should just check there's nothing. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, once you get used to it, I mean, there's just getting hold of this, just memorising the environment. But once you get memorising them, they're not that challenging. You just need a good memory. I'm just coming back up here just to check I didn't miss anything. There wasn't like a lost canister in the corner there. Nope, that's everything. What are we in? 1 hour 30, so yeah, it gives you an idea of how. And I'd barely say I scratched the surface of this game. Just want to check, can I get to that other side? Might well be harder than Dark Souls. I think, although the original Dark Souls is pretty brutal, but my problem... So I really do love the Dark Souls series, but I will admit the problem with them is the games are badly balanced at times. They are really badly balanced at times. Yeah, I didn't go through this door before, did I? It's got more routes here. Yeah, there's definitely a lot. I will be honest, this... It's a much bigger game than I was expecting, Shadow Man. Admittedly, the environments are a little bit dull. I will admit they're not as interesting as Tomb Raider. I meant to actually do a playthrough on Tomb Raider myself, but I haven't got round to it yet. There's a lost tucked away there. Out of interest, 8-bit SNK boy, do you have to find every single lost in the game, or is there a few extra ones, or are they exactly the number you need? Because if there's not extra ones, then if you miss one, I can just see you having a very, very long list of, yeah, these are where all the losts are. Good luck finding the one you missed. Colours remind you of the film Mirror Mask. Never seen that film, so but yeah, definitely this has a sort of occult. Okay, we've got a switch. Okay, there's another Dark Soul up there. Ooh. Okay, I might be in a spot of bother here. Yeah, I definitely agree with that, Terry. It's definitely got a lot of character and creepiness, but yeah, I think visually, graphically, it's not got the best sort of graphics from the era, but it's got a lot of atmosphere and there's some really interesting concept. This is one of those games that could probably do with a proper remake to sort out the issues. There are quite a few games. It's really annoying when they remake games because they always tend to make the better ones, rather than take a game that wasn't so successful, remake it, fix all the issues, especially because there are quite a few games where you know they would have been really good had they not had a few issues. Remake them, address all the issues, and then you'll have a classic on your hands. And that'll probably be games people are like, oh, that wasn't very good originally, but they've remade it to resolve all the problems. I don't know if has anyone here played the recent PC remaster of this, can I ask? Oh, the first person view, yeah. To get the Dark Soul first, I will do. Yeah, I should mention you guys are actually a bit behind me, so whenever you speak, I'm already doing something largely. Odin's Spear. How? So I've got Odin's Spear. I must admit, I really enjoyed Princess Crown, the first game in that franchise, but I wasn't that impressed with Odin's Spear. How did they improve it for the remake, out of interest? I mean, we have got the remake. The Dark Souls are mine. Really got branching paths now. I've got 3 different routes I can go with the lava area room. We had that route we were just in. Yeah, this is a game you wouldn't want to do. You've really got to play through a couple of times to know the best route, that's for sure. Yeah, the original Princess Crown is really good on Saturn. I absolutely loved that game. Odin's Spear was a good game, but Princess Crown I felt was the better one. The third one in the series is Mumat. I can't pronounce it. Murmas, the samurai one on Wii. I think that got a remake quite recently as well. Okay, so this is another area. I'm guessing this is a different area to... Just seeing what I've got there. Okay. Oh, they actually read not their actual stages, they're not just cylinders or... Oh really? Remade all the stages? Yeah, I was going to say the cylinder stages in the PS2 version were rubbish. They were absolute rubbish. I've actually got the PS4 version, which is based on the PS3. So, oh wow, I didn't have to give that a whirl then. This temple is very tough, yeah. From what I can gather, I can't get through that door yet, so I won't be getting into this temple just yet. I'm going to go back the way I came. This looks like it's an area for later. Yeah, because Odin's Spear had cylinder. This pleasure of investing in, really. I didn't like the PS. I didn't play that. I basically played about a couple of hours of the PS2 version, thought it was rubbish and gave up. So I didn't realise they changed it that much, that heavily. So it's that much of a different game, because Muyumas on Wii was really good, Muyumas. And I think that got released on PS Vita as well, didn't it, Muyumas? This is very, very... Yeah, it is very abstract, Shadow Man. It is better than I was expecting, because I always thought this game looked a bit naff, but actually, you know, it's actually quite an interesting little platformer. Proper open world platformer. I think my only experience with this prior to actually owning this is in Dead or Alive 2 you could actually play as a costume because Acclaim published it. There was a Shadow Man costume in Dead or Alive 2 for Zack. Okay, they haven't seen... Cheers for some of the tips, 8-bit SNK boy. There. Oh, they keep going across. Okay. Probably should just save this just to be on the safe side. Ah, I see. It opens up new areas. So I can also jump back to Bayou Paradise, Louisiana. I can jump back. So I see I can now jump back to the various areas. This is the first temple. Okay, cheers for the heads up. Is this where the first boss is then, 8-bit SNK boy? Time you see the teddy bear, yeah. Okay, so I want to go back. It looks like I can interact with this, but I don't appear to be able to. I can push the burning blocks. Ah, I see. Okay, thanks for that. So you really have got to explore literally everywhere. I'm guessing there's going to be something in there. Is that a loss? Yeah. So there's a burning block and we can't push them yet. The music's definitely getting atmospheric. This is better than I was expecting. This is... Okay, can I push that block? No. Okay, do I need to go back to that arrow thing with my items? Put away. I see, yep, cheers for that. Definitely a very mystical game. I'm guessing I have to go, yeah, I have to jump. Yep, I gathered that 8-bit. But the stream's already behind. The thing is, the stream's, as I mentioned earlier, the stream... Basically, you're seeing the stream about 30 seconds after me, so... Yeah, you don't lose the stuff you've collected, which is quite good. And the enemies don't seem to come back, at least they don't do when you're in the world initially. I assume they may respawn at some point, so... Is it this way? There are lots of routes to go in these rooms, I will admit. Oh! Yeah, they clearly realised that having a game over screen would just aggravate the players in this, so it's actually the way they've done it's pretty good. So yeah, this is actually a Metroidvania game. Or I should say Metroid game. I don't like the term Metroidvania because Metroid was the first game. And Wonder Boy and Castlevania, Simon's Quest were after it. And people tend to use it when they refer to Castlevania Symphony of the Night, but Symphony of the Night was just a redesigned version of Simon's Quest on NES, which has all those mechanics. Buying from shopkeepers. So I did actually review Simon's Quest some years ago on the channel, and Simon's Quest on NES is a fantastic game. Just the translation's a little bit wonky, but once you get around that, it's a phenomenal sort of explorer adventure game. And I'd actually say I prefer Simon's Quest to the third... Oh, gotta be quick. To the third Castlevania on NES. I do like the third Castlevania. I do like all three on NES. But I think Simon's Quest for me is my favourite. Whereas I didn't like the original Metroid on NES. I absolutely hated the original Metroid. It's just, I just did not like it in the slightest. It was just a horrible game for me. I even had a map to play through. It just felt, because of how they'd done the areas, because everything repeats so much, it's just... It definitely feels a game that, until Super Metroid came along, the genre wasn't quite right. Yeah, I don't know if there's a camera control, but you seem to be at least sync fast. Yeah, there is a bit of leap of faithing as well. Nothing too bad though. The YouTuber just told me there's a slight gap in that everyone suddenly left the stream for about 10 seconds. There's some really weird stuff going on with YouTube streaming, I have to admit. They don't track... Oh! You always thought it was Ronda RPG, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, yeah. Yeah, I'm the same 8-bit. I enjoyed the 8-bit sequel, and I enjoy Super Castlevania. I absolutely love... So, Nico, one of the things people don't realise is that, if you actually watch, I've done a review of it, and basically one of the things is that there's actually a hidden statistic that you were told. There are a couple of things in Simon's Quest that the player was given in the Japanese version that they weren't given in the Western version. So first off, the game was supposed to include a manual. And in the original Japanese manual, it also told you that different people have different chances of telling you truthful information. So a lot of the NPCs are actually deliberately lying to you, but because you never got the Western manual, you never knew that. So old men always give you the most useful information. You also need to find the hidden hint books hidden throughout the entire game that are the vital clues to solving all the puzzles, but the game doesn't reference the hint books in the English manual. So a lot of the stuff people don't realise is the fact that NPCs, depending who they are, may or may not be lying to you. So, or you don't trust their information. I keep falling in the lava here. These jumps are a bit tricky, but basically it's like the old men give the most, the younger women are the least accurate NPCs, and I think the elderly women are sort of a mixed stat, so do the sort of standard male men. So that's quite interesting, you don't realise that. So yeah, basically, if you watch, I've got a review on the channel. If you type review or Simon's Quest, I actually go through and explain it all. But basically, there should have been a map, and there should have been a thing that told you all the different NPCs and how much the information is valid. So one or two NPCs have their text slightly badly translated, but largely a lot of the text is very close to the Japanese version than people think with. No, I think I think the developers realised if they punished people heavily for dying, then people would just give up. Whereas just resetting back, I suppose the fact is your character's supposed to be like an undead, basically like a voodoo guy with lots of mystical powers. So seeming like you've got lots of powers and can't be killed makes better sense. That's a weird one. That cobweb doesn't let me jump on that one. Yeah, it's more me chatting and not paying attention to how I'm jumping. So you're right there. It's more sort of teething problem. Some of these deaths. This bit's quite because there's not much exploring. This area doesn't you don't need to explore too much, although there was that room back earlier I need to go back through. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they looked at Zelda. I think they looked at something like Zelda Tomb Raider. They wanted to do something a bit darker and at the same time... I'm not going to say this is a perfect game, but it's certainly got some interesting ideas, that I will say. This is definitely the type of game, if you remade now properly with all the modern changes, you can make a really good, basically Metroid-style platformer. Okay, we shoot the weird green thing. Oh, is that like a warp thing? Is that a warp?
100 Cadeaux, given in offering to the lower, shall greatly increase the strength of a man's spirit.
I see. Do you have to keep coming back here to give the 100 loth then to upgrade your health? I see, yeah. Okay, yeah. So I'm guessing this is the ability to push. Okay, so we can use those warps now. I see. Now, does this let me push the doors yet, or do I need to go the other way in this temple? Okay, I need to go the other way. So there's lots to... I mean, yeah, you're actually spending quite a bit in each location as well. Oh, yeah, that's silly. That's another silly... Oh, so we're actually going to need to come back to this temple then, although there was something the other way I need to quickly explore, because I didn't go. There was the room this way that I kept failing to get to, so... One of the things actually doing some of the streams, at least it lets me practice on games I want to actually then subsequently do playthroughs of, or at least do long plays. Not these bigger games as well, because these bigger games, at the minute I'm largely sticking to arcade games for long plays. Okay, I didn't come this way before, so what is this way? Oh, oh no, there is a... I'm going to hazard a guess there's a power-up that lets you walk on lava later. Is that correct? Phase 2, yeah. Oh, I nearly made that jump, but I'm not going to test again. to get a Dark Soul, yeah. Although it looked almost like I might be able to get a sequence break. There was one where I only needed 2 icons back in the earlier area, so maybe I can go there. Yeah, that's right, this area here. We got to the next area from here, didn't we? So do the enemies actually respawn, 8-bit SNK boy? Do they respawn when you... Do they respawn when you start a new game? When you, not start a new game, when you save and quit? Or do they, speaking of saving... Yeah, I'm just going to go this way again, and then I'm going to... I assume the enemies reset when you exit out the game and load back in. Yeah, I've got 2 now, so there was an earlier one in the previous area, wasn't there? So I take it I can't do much here either. Yeah, I can't walk on fire. Okie dokie, so I know exactly where to walk to. Because there was a bit early where there was the 2, and that was... Yeah, and I guess you actually played Never Turn Off a console. Yeah, do it in one sitting. Or they might respawn if you exit a load out an area, I'm guessing, and load back in. Because I've never actually reloaded an area where I've bumped off all the enemies yet, so... So through this way... Enemies respawn when you turn to the area, okay. Ah, yeah, the crates are back, I see, so I'm guessing... There's a couple of guys around here, wasn't there? I do like the lighting effect when you shoot, that's quite nice. Oh, I see, so more enemies spawn in, so things get tougher as it goes on, yeah. There are a couple of games that do that, where they add in additional enemies as you progress. Yeah, so I've definitely got 2 now.
I am the Lord of Deadside.
Okay, so this one here has only got 3, so This will be our next door, if you want to remember that. And that one's also only got 3, so these 2 doors will be our next area once we've cleared this one. And here we go with the warp you just mentioned. So should I use the warp or should I go through the cave? Just put that. Okay, maybe not that room just yet. So I should just say, anyone who's jumped into the stream later on, this is Shadow Man on the Sega Dreamcast. I appreciate if you enjoy the stream. Definitely quite an interesting open world platform. This is the first time I've properly sat down to play this. I never played this before. Only one of the guys recently got it earlier in the year, so it's actually a first time experience for me. But yeah, it's actually quite an interesting open world platform. I'm not going to say it's a perfect game, but it's got some nice concepts. It's pretty smooth. I know the PS1 version is pretty dreadful, as people have mentioned. Yeah, that's like oh yeah, just go here. Get eaten by lava. You get a new power, you use it, it's like... Okay, thanks for joining the stream, Nico. I appreciate you being on it. Glad you enjoyed it.
And into Asylum, like a great black engine roaring to eternity, ravaging the already benighted landscape with its savage, malevolent presence. And within the legions of the truly damned, insanity, sheer and stark, and once in human form, now gutted and torn by eons of glutted indulgence. Their bloodlust flecking the oily walls, living in the shrieks of victims ensnared, hanged, drawn, and quartered by the serpent's squalid writhings. This is the place I have not wanted to dream of, and the dream is now the place I partly live through.
Yep, thanks for being on stream, Nico. Hope to see you in another stream very soon. So who else we still got on stream? I know 8-bit SNK boys there. Is Dub still with us? Have we still got Terry with us? I don't know. Tilakozia? Apologies, I keep pronouncing your name still with us. I don't know if Brick Boy's still with us. It's always nice to have a few people on stream. So I'm going to jump into the water. I have a feeling this is going to be instant death, but you never know. Oh no, it isn't. Still here, bud? Okay, cheers, Terry. I just thought I'd check to see who was still there. Always nice to know. I might be looking at some Japanese games come Thursday. I will be looking at some GameCube stuff shortly as well, so I'll be taking a break from Dreamcast stuff, although I'll be doing a few videos of Dreamcast stuff because there was a couple of long plays I wanted to do. Thought that might be something you can use. Can I shoot it? Or is it meant to be some dastardly contraption? So we've got some pretty dastardly contraptions around this place. And yeah, as I mentioned, if you do want to grab a copy, make sure it comes... There is a map, so you want to ideally get a copy that comes with the map. That looks like something I can pull, but obviously not. Just a light then. It comes with a map and a manual, so do make sure you get both, because the map will definitely help you. I must admit, so far, once you get used to it, the design's not too bad. I'm getting used to sort of the layouts and everything. Now we've got to the temples, things are a bit more... Okay, we're back here again. Ah, yes. Okay, so I've got to go through the... Oh, so basically, yeah, basically you can see every trap, so to speak, see every sort of device that will take you out. There's no sudden, unexpected floor collapsing. Yeah, I know it's not a full-on map, but I thought I'd mention it because it's a bit missy. But yeah, you're right. It doesn't tell you everything, but like you said, it tells you how things are connected. Welcome to the Asylum, by the way. This is the area you mentioned. There's some audio bugs in it. I should actually say, just to double reconfirm, Shadow Man was originally released in 1999 on Dreamcast. It was developed by Acclaim. It was published by Acclaim and developed by Acclaim Teesside. Run around here, I see. Probably, yeah, just to get in. I think I've got to avoid the lights as well. I'm guessing when I run across the bridge it should do. Oh, the lights aren't... Okay, I thought they might be some sort of tracker that... triggered enemies. See the sky above us as well. Okay, there we go, across the bridge. Yeah, I can gather that. I was just grabbing the crates, 8BS and K-Boy. I can guess we need to look down. I know there's a platform. There's a platform directly below us, so we're just going to have to... Ooh. I could see that one. If I shout for help, then let me know, but I'm pretty good, so... I'm an old school platforming veteran, so I must admit, a lot of people said this was really quite difficult exploration. I wouldn't say it's that hard. Once you get used to it, it's actually quite a nice little adventure. It's nice to have a game that doesn't handhold you every 24 seconds. Or give you a tutorial island. It's sort of much more... These days you get too many games that literally... These days you literally get so many games that literally don't tell you anything. That tell you... So there are some games like Sekiro Shadows Die Twice that don't tell you enough. And actually make some quite horrendous blunders by not telling you some key mechanics. And there are other games that hold your hand... other games that hold your hand and tell you every little thing for like the first half hour that just becomes irritating. Okay. So can I go... Ooh, no. I'm feeling like I'm going to need some sort of fire perk at this point. Okay, you sure I'm not supposed to have the fire pushing thing at this point? Am I looking for ledges to jump on? Oh. So I'm guessing that was the way. I'm just going to go the other way again, just to check. Ah, yeah, there is another way. I must have gone the wrong way then. I'm guessing we'll have to access the other area. So I'm guessing we're going to have a power up, but let's just like, you got to be careful there. Got to remember you got the left and the right hand, and you put both. Okay, so there's this platform coming along. Oh, some roof. So I'm going to make a jump to that one, aren't I? Oh. Okay, I'm going to play for a few minutes more and then I'm going to wrap up, so... Oh, don't want to do that. I take it I can jump across from there. I probably can jump from up. And you can walk on fire. Yeah, probably right there. Plus it'll only slow the stream down, seeing as I'm not going to be do it for too much longer. But it's definitely, I've quite enjoyed this. It's actually a very good, basically Metroid style game. Ooh. Ooh, that was a bit close to my liking, but yeah. There were a few power-ups along that way, but yeah, I think I'll take your advice, 8-bit, and worry about them at another time. Okay, I've got to go that way. No, I didn't want to do that. I want to put my weapons away. Yeah, the jumping so far, I don't have any complaints with too much. Magnetic Neo, I did actually have a few complaints with last night because there were a few jumps where you basically to get it almost right at the end, or else you were a goner. So I can go in there and I can go up here. Okay, no, it's a dead end. Here's where things go a bit crazy, I'm guessing. No, lock onto the one in front of me, game. Not the one sitting in the cage behind me. Get your guns ready. Yep, you were certainly right there. Also, everything in this place is in the game is very abstract and abstract, isn't it? Probably do a lot of these things just for health. Can I just leave them be? I'm guessing you can use something on those when you have something else. Oh, that lock-on's dreadful. Yeah, that flame rod's really good for those guys. There's another one in this room, wasn't there? Okay, something got me from behind. I'm back here. Okay, I'm gonna guess there'll be a shortcut to unlock the doors in the asylum, so... It does a bit, now that you mention it, Terry. It definitely has a bit of a Quake 1 feel to it. I could actually do Quake 1 Thursday on the Dreamcast as well, because I did get the homebrew version of Quake 1, which was quite interesting. There is a homebrew. I got the one that was called Rad Quake, which is quite interesting to see. Oh, I immediately mistimed that jump a bit. Camera controls could be a little better. This is definitely a game that could benefit from dual analog stick cameras. Yeah, it's got a bit of Quake 1 had HP Lovecraft style themed based designs, and this also has sort of HP Lovecraft stuff. He was sort of a fantasy horror writer, sort of wrote some interesting stuff. It concentrates more to do with sort of the mind and insanity and human nature. Had a lot of sort of sci-fi stuff actually. It's quite weird. And this has that sort of, this has HP Lovecraft style to it as well. It was slightly, a lot of Lovecraft stuff is a bit surreal as well, so it's... So it's a case of knowing your inspiration sources, and yeah, Lovecraft gets referenced and... Ah, was that? Yeah, see, I just get hit by one from behind. way it stops it targeting. Wish there was a backwards roll as well. I'm interested. I mentioned earlier, ABS and K-Boy, do you have to get every single loss in the game? Is there any extra ones, or do you literally need to get every single one in game? This does not look a friendly room in the slightest. Yeah, I've not really read much of the Lovecraft stuff, but we did cover one of the other games, Prisoner of Ice, on the Sega Saturn a while back. I don't know if any of you guys were on the stream, actually. Right, so where do I go from here? Ah, there's a room down the end of the corridor. Dark Soul in the back there. And that one's got a gun as well. We're done with a gun upgrade, but
The Dark Souls are mine.
we've got a second one up there as well. Okay, so I have to remember that when you go across the top there, you can get that one. I suppose the audio is starting to go a little bit funky, so very surreal. I did debate whether to do this one for Halloween, but I don't think it's quite. I'm not entirely sure I'd call this a Halloween game. There's some very odd creatures. I suppose it's sort of SQS. Yeah, we did it was actually a Prisoner of Ice stream, so that was quite a good puzzle game. I was actually playing the Japanese Sega Saturn's version. That's also available on Steam, and Prisoner of Ice was a sequel to Comet, something Shadow of the Comet, I think. Yeah, I see with those guys you can take them down really quickly with the fire star. Okay, now am I supposed to... Okay, we've got tunnels into... Okay, this is where things get... We've got roots inside of roots. This is where things get interesting when you get multiple routes, because you're not sure which way to go for the extras and which way to go for the... This looks like it's gonna... That's instant death, isn't it? That's not good. Yeah, I've gone back. I should have dropped down the other one, shouldn't I? Yeah, the audio is not a smooth transition. It's obviously the sound is... it sort of shuts off and restarts, which isn't ideal. There are a few... Definitely this is a smoother version than what I saw. The PS1 version, the frame rate looked awful. And there were all sorts of glitches on the PS1 with like the character's mouth. That wasn't instant death. Okay. Just to check there's nothing else around here. Yeah, when I... Yeah, it's basically loop. It's actually an issue in all the areas. The audio cuts off early, and then loops. And there was that weird thing where it was basically sounding a bit. I've confused his AI. His AI doesn't know what to do. It's a new upgrade. Engineer's key. Okay, this is going to be for the doors, isn't it? Yeah, I think that might even be intentional, the way that audio goes. No, you're right. It's definitely something going a bit wrong with the audio. There's the key. So the Asylum is not a particularly pleasant place to find yourself staying, so... To open that one. I can't use that as a weapon. Basically what I've learned is that you can use that the flame attack to stun the enemy, so I can go this way. I can assume I can also ride the car as well. Let's take... Okay, the car leads to the next area. Okay, so basically... That's the main entrance. Okay, I'm just going to open the main entrance door so that way I have the quick access into the... I was wondering if that sound is intentional. Actually, no, you're definitely a bug. I think when you go into the menu, it resets it, doesn't it? Yet. Okay, so I'll jump on that thing and then I'll finish for the evening. Just take the train into the next area. Appreciate everyone enjoyed the stream. It's definitely an interesting game. Quite sinister. Yeah, it's just learning when to equip stuff and stuff. It's yeah, the fact you have that
Complete crazies. These guys are totally organized, which definitely helps me some.
Yeah, so definitely a very, yeah, not badly put together open world. As I said before, the PS1 version does seem to be definitely in the weaker version, but it's actually quite an interesting game. Appreciate everyone who's stayed on stream. Creepy Tombs of the Shadow. Yeah, it's not a bad game at all. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's definitely got visually, said graphically, the graphics, so the audio is really good. The design's got some nice ideas. Sonata at the beginning. Yeah, I did slightly skip the Moonlight Sonata just to be on the safe side. Yeah, I probably agree. The good so far outweighs the bad. I think possibly I would reserve final judgment so I finished it, but it's actually quite nice. It's nice to play a sort of open world game, a sort of 3D open world game on the Dreamcast, actually, because there really weren't many like this. I'm just gonna go. I assume you can reuse it. I'm actually going to save here. So, save game, yeah. So that's where I'm actually going to end it, chaps. Appreciate it. Hello to Shinobi Wan. Apologies, Shinobi Wan 1. Apologies for joining late, Shinobi Wan. I'm just about to finish, so feel free to rewatch this whole stream as I go through Shadow Man. Yeah, admittedly, that this area is much more structured. The first cave area is a little bit bland to navigate, but this area is much better. The Asylum, when we were doing the temples. Definitely, I think that opening first area is a little bit bewildering. But other than that, once you get there, it's actually a really nice sort of SQS Tomb Raider style game. Actually, I'll just click that. But yeah, it's actually quite interesting to play something like this because there really wasn't too much of this like on Dreamcast. So yeah, I actually think I mean, it's really cheap to buy, so it's definitely worth grabbing if you like this type of game. Oh, you were great. You are just lurking. Great to see you lurking. Okay, cool. I imagine a few of you will be lurking. Yeah, it's definitely quite an interesting game. I mean, visually, we've said we've got the HP Lovecraft aesthetics. Yeah, I will admit, I'm not a huge fan of fur fighters. The characters are really cute, but the level designs there was something that's just never quite clicked with me in fur fighters. But I think as this is, it's a really quite stylishly done. Yeah, I'll be honest, I've already enjoyed this more than Fur Fighters, and I nearly finished Fur Fighters. It's got this so interesting place. Yeah, I have Fur Fighters. I literally nearly finished Fur Fighters and just never got to the end. And it's one of those games that whenever I played, I just felt, ugh. Admittedly, it's quite nice the fact that we are now seeing the areas change as well in this. Obviously one of the villains' films. I'm not going to go watch that. Okay, that's the save point. That's the teddy bear. Yeah, the audio goes. It has like it. I actually thought that was an effect, but obviously it's an issue with the game. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. I'll literally just resave. That 2 hours 20, not bad. Yeah, no, that's actually been quite solid. So I'm not going to say this is a perfect game, but it's definitely got some nice ideas. Quite enjoyable as well. I've definitely played far worse on the Sega Dreamcast. It's actually quite a solid one. Yeah, definitely. I don't know what it is. Fur Fighter's never clicked with me. This one, I certainly enjoyed this more. Visually, I don't think this is that good, but it's definitely... yeah, I think you're probably right. The controls were a bit hit and miss, and there's a few other things. The collectibles as well drove me insane in Fur Fighters, trying to get them all. It was just you had to get everything to unlock. Yeah, they are quite distinctive. I was quite surprised. So this one's definitely different to the other ones. But that's it from me, guys. Appreciate you all being on stream. Thanks to everyone who's been who's been watching the whole stream. Actually, we've had quite a few of you guys hanging around. I'm surprised the average watch time's only saying to be set 7 minutes 42. But you guys have all been hanging around. I'm always a bit dubious about the playback figure because I think that includes bots. which is irritating. But thank you all to everyone who's been on stream. Thank you to Nico. Thank you to Brickboy. Thank you to Terry. Thank you to 8-Bit SNK Boy. Thank you to Shinobi Wan, who's cropped up right at the end. Thank you to... who else was also on stream? Dubs. I don't know if Dubs is still there. Thanks for joining in, Dubs. And Twerkalicious. I'll try that. Twerkalicious. Thank you as well. Thank you all, guys. Very much appreciated. Hope you've enjoyed this look. I don't know how many of you are still on, but yeah, cheers. Hope you've all enjoyed it. I will be back. I probably won't stream tomorrow, but I'll be back. I sort of basically had a break day. I've basically given myself a Wednesday as a break day into Thursday. I mean, if I ever get anything really interesting, I might occasionally do a stream, but it gives me a chance to set up videos for the weekend and also set up. I might try and do I was hoping to get a playthrough done tomorrow to put that up, but it's not yet. I need a bit more practice. But thank you all, everyone. So thank you, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed this look at Shadow Man on the Sega Dreamcast. It's been a quite enjoyable experience. Definitely one game maybe I'll actually do a gameplay video of, because this is one game you want to play first and then do the gameplay video later, once you know exactly where you're going and where you're headed. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in Thursday's randomised gaming stream. That's it from me. Have a good evening, everyone. And I should say have a good night, a good evening, good afternoon, or good morning where you're in the world. And just a reminder, guys, if you haven't already hit that like button, please do consider hitting that like button. It's very much appreciated. It's always welcome having some people. But everyone else, thank you all for watching, and said good night, good evening, good morning, and I have been your randomised gaming host, Riven. And just to remind you again, this has been Shadow Man, originally released on the PS1 and N64. The Dreamcast version came later. It's also out on PC, and there is now a remake done by Night Dive, but the game was originally done by Acclaim, and it was basically published by Acclaim and developed by Acclaim Teesside, which actually, I believe that's the... Teesside would be Newcastle, so the Newcastle studio. I don't know if they did. There was a sequel to this, but the sequel, Second Coming, did not do that well, and then that was it for the franchise. So I think this is one of those games that a lot of people played. As I said, it's not a bad game at all, and it's pretty cheap to buy. But if you are going to grab a copy, make sure it comes with the manual, and it comes with like a small map. It's only like a rough guide that gives you a few bits of locations, but do make sure keep an eye out for that. You want to make sure your copy's complete. But thank you all, guys. Thank you all. This has been an enjoyable stream, and I'll be back on Thursday. Night for now.